Mani, welcome to our first podcast. So, this is my first podcast as an interviewer and your first podcast as a speaker. So, we're even. So, let's get this. And I'm very excited to talk to you for the next 1 or 2 hours, how many ever minutes it is going to take. Ganesh has given us an open thing, right? I think we can talk for however long he'll edit it. So, it's fine. So, we'll go in a little bit of a chronological order, right? From the time your birth to so far.
Yes.
But in the middle, we will probably go back and forth.
Yes.
If I forget something, if I find interesting, and then I'll come back.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. So let's start from your birth, right? So just walk us through your first 3 or 4 years of life.
Yeah, surely, sir. Thanks for inviting me. And like me being student, it feels good.
Nice.
And thank you. And yeah, as you asked, like first of 4 years. Actually, like I took birth in Andhra. My mom belonged to Andhra Pradesh, and my father is from Tamil Nadu. And they got married. The arranged marriage, like in 1999 September 8th. That's when I was born in Andhra. Then, like we shifted to Tamil Nadu.
This was your father's place.
Father's side. So we stayed in Tamil Nadu in the early time. Like first 4 years we were there, and first 3 years, like it's mostly there were like clashes between my mom and dad, which like they were trying to figure out. By then, I don't know any of those. Like all I know is what my mom says. And yeah, by third year, I lost my father. Like I was 3 years old, and I had my brother too. Like by then, he was 1 year old, and he was passed away. We don't know like how that happened, and all we know is like he died. Even now, like we are never completely like some say suicide, some say something like which I don't know about. But yeah, this thing happened. Like after first 3 years, like probably again next year we again went back to my mom's mom place, my grandmother.
And this was in
Andhra, Palamne.
Andhra Pradesh. Okay,
Yeah,
Palamne. Okay.
We stayed in Palamne and town itself in a rented house. And like then I joined in my first class in Gendakota High School.
Okay.
Near Gangamugudi Vidhi.
Gangamugudi. Oh, that is in Palamne. Okay, yes. Got it. Yeah. So Gangamugudi Vidhi, for people who don't know, is a temple which is there for the last 30-40 years or even more.
More than.
It's actually an iconic temple in Palamner. And yeah, if you ever visit Palamner, go to that place. It's a very, very powerful temple.
Yeah. Then I joined in my first class, I guess, like if I'm not wrong, 4 years. Like my mom just somehow made me.
So you joined your first grade in when you were 4 years old. Oh, you should have been in LKG.
Yes, I should have been in
interesting.
LKG.
Okay.
I joined there for first class, and I then loved eating slate pencils and like stand. I don't know.
All of
like yeah. Then I never wanted to go to school. Particularly, I was like very notorious with respect to schools. I never wanted to because of my age. I never liked going to school then. And like they somehow every day have to put me inside school, and I'll be on time back to home in the afternoon. Like this is what as far as I remember, this is what I can say. Like
I vividly remember you telling me that I think when your father was dead,
yes, sir.
I think you probably were not even aware.
Yes,
playing around.
Yes, yeah. I still remember it. Like last 1 month back, that like my father's death day and like my birthday in the same month. Like we share it that somehow. And I was actually very young, very small, not very young.
3 years, right?
3 years.
Yeah.
So like I thought it's a celebration. They brought some shaman and all those things. Like they were arranging all those things. I thought it's a celebration. I was happy, and I do remember like little bit, very little memory of it. Like they bringing in an auto, if I'm not wrong. Then in our place, like in my family, they make the dead body to sit and do.
Oh, okay.
Like that. Okay. The process will go that way. So I was sitting in front. This way I very well remember. Like I think I was not wearing any dress or something. I was like, but I was playing with sand like this. Like previous month, I like whenever this happens, that yearly one sometime
the image comes to your mind.
It crosses mind.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
And yeah, like whether it is right or not, it happened. By then, I'm also glad that I'm unaware of that. Like probably people say like this kind of things, we should let them in rest in peace. Probably.
Got it. Of course. Yeah. Thank you. Then, so your mother was the one who took care of you from your childhood.
Yes, I'm grateful for her because she was also very young. Like it's not probably.
So what is your age gap? What is the age
Me,
gap?
my mom, like my mom is like elder sister, probably little elder sister. She's 39 now, and I'm
And you are 20?
24
So
now.
it's 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like
Just
around 16. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, it's
maximum 16.
literally elder sister.
Elder
Yes.
sister.
Yes. Okay.
She's now like probably reaching her 40, and
Mm.
like I'm 24.
Mm.
My brother is also like 1.5 year, and like
Okay.
we
1.5 years younger to you.
some 18 years difference between my mom and my
Oh
brother.
my
That's
God.
nothing more than that.
Okay.
Like child marriages, you will
Exactly.
in
Right?
Palamner, like
No, yeah, it
region, it
happened in
is
every family,
yes,
but I think yes. Okay. So yeah, so you basically come to your mother's village after your father's death, and you join school.
yes, sir.
And how did this? I think when did you complete your means? Did you complete your 10th standard at like 13 or you
No,
joined?
no,
No.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay. We'll get
Then
to that story later. I want. So the first phase was the Gangamagudi Vidhi,
yes,
that
that
MPP school.
yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Just walk us through that journey in that school. We'll go to the next school.
Yes, sir. Like that particular school is like probably in my like best of the memories.
Mhm.
Though like I was little too notorious. For some reason that time I did not want to go to school.
Mhm.
My sister in the sense I call her sister. It's like my
Mm.
aunt, I guess.
Mm.
My mom's
Younger sister.
younger sister.
Yeah.
I always call her Amma, like
Mm.
sister. So she was also very young, like very small. So she
Mm.
has to. Somebody should take me every single day.
Dump you into the school.
Yeah, then teacher will have to take care full day. I feel sorry for those like giving a very tough time. For sure, it was for them
Mhm.
every single day.
Mhm.
But like
Mm.
now, I think they are happy,
Got
hopefully.
it.
And yeah, go to school. Once I very well remember, I did not want to go to school, and like in my street there is a there is an Anna, he
Mm.
wants to put me in school,
Mm.
so he asked, hey, like I'll take you on cycle.
Mm.
Actually, my mom was accompanying me.
Mm.
Then he said like I'll drop him at
Mm.
school. I was like, no, I don't want to come. Then he said, no, you can join. Okay, I went up to school. I was fine, and like the moment I looked at school, I was like sudden sadness or
Mm.
something.
Mm.
I shouted and I put my leg in the forks, and
Oh,
like
okay.
it actually removed
Skin.
skin, like it bone was visible that big it was.
Oh, okay.
And like my aunt was there. I fainted.
Was it
Then
a cycle or a motorbike?
cycle,
Okay.
cycle.
Okay.
Then it was like,
Okay.
and they put me in hospital. And I remember my mom cleaning, and then she said like a
Mhm.
teacher came to house, and they said I think they came.
Mm.
They said you cannot come to school for 1 year. I
Mm.
was actually very happy about it.
So whoever is watching this, don't put your leg in the cycle. So today you won't get holidays. The medical science has
Yes,
advanced a
yeah.
lot more. Okay. Mm.
Then
Mm.
actually, then we
Mm.
shifted
Mm.
again back to, because they figured out between the families.
Mm.
We went back to Tamil Nadu
Again.
next.
And how old were you when you went back to Tamil Nadu?
I guess like 5 years, around
5 years. So you're in second standard.
No, no. Then again first.
Okay.
I
So
joined now LKG.
oh, the 2 years got neutralized when you
Yes.
went to Tamil Nadu. So okay. Cool. Yeah. So you joined another school in
Another
Tamil Nadu.
school,
Okay.
in
Let's
a private school.
talk about that. Yeah.
Yes. I
Private
studied,
school.
yes,
Okay.
LKG and UKG in a private school.
Okay.
Then again, we joined government school itself.
In Tamil Nadu.
In Tamil Nadu.
This is in Vellore district.
Vellore district,
Okay.
Paradarami village.
Okay. Paradarami village.
Paradarami. That's where I like
Mm.
my father belonged.
Mm.
Like the school is exactly opposite, so
Mm.
it was easy for me.
Mm.
I had my probably
Anyway, this time nobody could take you in the cycle.
yes. And this time it was like I used to go to school,
Mm.
not a problem. But like
Mm.
every now and then I used to come to home and say like,
Mm.
give me meta, you
Mm.
know, right? Like to the sheep and all, they'll
The
give,
fodder.
yeah,
The
kind of thing.
yeah.
I
Sheep
used
fodder.
to call it that way. So my grandmother used to be very happy.
Mm.
So she used to give some snack
Mm.
for me to attend next session after a
Oh, got
break.
it. Mm.
So once I get my snack, I'll go back.
So the meta is snacks for you.
Snacks.
So how you feed the sheep and cow? So you need your
Yeah,
got it. Okay.
otherwise, like they used to keep it for me.
Okay.
Thanks. Somehow it was good.
This is your paternal grandmother.
Yes,
Okay.
my
got it.
father's mother.
Okay. Nice.
And it was nice time. Uh, it was a good school there also. Like I studied up to.
So who was paying for this school?
No, this is a
Private
government school, completely government school.
Oh, government school. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Only LKG and UKG.
UKG you went to private school. Okay. This is government school.
Yes.
Fine. MPP.
Yes,
Mandal Parishad school. Okay.
First, second, third class I studied there.
Mm.
Third standard, up to third standard. Then we again, like, because again
It's
this
clashes.
family clashes. Therefore we got to go to
Okay.
come back to Andhra.
So by this time you had gone. You were in Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu.
You came to Palamner. You went back. Again you came back to
came to
Palamner.
now Kalupalli village, like
And you are in third standard.
third class
Third over. Fourth
now.
So Kalupalli fourth standard.
Fourth standard I joined, and I did not get my TC because
TC is transfer certificate. Okay.
So they had some problem, therefore they something happened. So my mom could somehow manage MPP headmaster sir. He was very helpful. He actually joined me there
without a transfer certificate.
Fantastic. And by then I was like one of the probably academically very poor kid. And very poor.
Oh, okay. Very poor. Okay. Like how poor? Can you explain? Could you write A-I-E?
Yeah, like I can explain. I can also tell. Like I actually did not like education for some reason then. Like my mom is like somebody who was very particular about me making sure study. So she asked me.
Where do you think her motivation came from? Even she was not educated.
She was not educated. I don't know how she felt education is important exactly, but she was.
What was her qualification? Just for
she completed her fourth class,
fourth standard, and then she was motivated.
Very good than mine.
Okay.
Telugu. Yeah. Even now, she like with respect to education, she do realize like education is important. So that was not a problem.
She had that maturity.
Yeah,
nice.
Very much.
Nice. Okay.
But when I was not studying, she was also getting very much upset. Sometimes very angry. She had anger issues. So sometimes once I very well remember, she asked me to write. I did not. I was just staring at her like eye to eye, like I'm not going to do it because then I was a kind of spoiled kid. My grandmother will support me whatever I do. And like they already had some.
This is your maternal grandmother.
Okay. So I used to not study, and if she beats again, they will have clashes. So she said,
"Did you purposefully do it anytime?"
Not purposefully. That was like
I was just kidding. Okay. Yeah.
Then she asked me to write it multiple times. I did not do anything, just looking at her. Then she was sharpening the pencil. Then she did this, and I still have.
Oh, that's the mark.
Yeah, that's the mark.
Like yeah, we can't focus. We don't have cameras that can zoom into his script, but I can see it very clearly. Okay.
Carbon, right? It is like what we get tattooed. Carbon is always like that, and it will not go.
Oh, okay.
It will not go forever. It's kind of tattoo for me.
Again, not a way to tattoo. Go and pay money. Don't throw pencils at each other. Okay.
Yeah. Then after joining fourth class, that's when like I remember like I joined in the school. I know my very first classmate who helped me, Saroja, her name is. I went to school. She made me sit there and she asked me. She taught me poem, and like I was struggling to read. Though I was Telugu medium in Tamil Nadu as well, but like I was struggling.
Oh, you had to switch from Tamil to Telugu.
Kind of,
right? Okay.
In Tamil Nadu I did not study anything, honestly. Like I just went to school, came back.
So that helped.
Yeah, here she somehow helped me.
Got it.
Then, and yeah, I was asking for help. Nobody helped. Then like first time I kind of felt very helpless. Then I got to study myself, and I myself and another friend of mine. We both actually started studying well. By the end of fourth class, actually improved a lot. That's the first time actually was.
But do you want to take an opportunity and thank Saroja because she had good influence?
Yeah.
Is she studying now?
No, sir. She's married recently. She completed her graduation.
Okay.
She's one of our classmates who finished graduation.
But you remember her at times?
Yes.
Okay.
Very well. Otherwise, I don't know. Today, every single person impact.
Got it. There. You probably might not be sitting.
Yes.
Great. So this was your
fourth class.
Okay.
And fourth class, I was, I think, class topper.
So you started very poor, and by the end of fourth standard, you were
topper. The year there, I could manage.
Got it.
And headmaster sir was happy, so he made me school leader.
Okay.
Again, that motivation started. Like then, slowly, I actually started. Finding education a lot more interesting.
So did your academics go down after that, or was it like a positive trajectory?
It was a positive.
Okay. So you were like nowhere.
Yeah.
You started, and then I think it kept on going.
In between, there are some more things. That's the first time I felt like I understood what is death. I used to, until fourth class, I used to ask my mother. I very well remember, like, where is my father? Multiple times, and she used to tell he's in army, because by then I was like very much interested to join armed forces. And like it was kind of.
So in a way, when you were like 10 years old, you believed your father was in army.
Yes, because he we have pictures of him wearing that like our relatives
clothes.
army coats.
Oh, that was in a studio
No,
back then.
normal. He arranged his relatives' clothes, army clothes.
Oh,
he
and wore it and took a
yeah,
picture.
so my mom used to show and say
Okay.
like he's an army.
Hmm.
So I actually believed.
Hmm.
And fourth class is first time I actually realized what actually happened, and it took some time for me to understand what's happening. And like when these parents come and pick their children, all those things, I kind of missed. But anyway, like my mom was there to
take care of it.
That was
And your grandmother also played a very important
role. Like my mother's mother, I'm very thankful to her. Like somebody whom very close to heart.
Nice.
Then when I realized all these things, I actually understood. I got to study. Like at fourth, fifth class itself, I realized I have to study. Then actually there is good improvement until like very.
Got it. Yeah, of course. We'll talk about that. Anyway, I don't want more information on that now. Okay. So now you finish your fifth standard. So in Andhra, fifth is until fifth standard, you go to a Mandal Parishad school.
Now
6th to 10th, you go to a Jilla Parishad school. Okay, let's fast forward to your Jilla Parishad school, ZPHS as we call it, that entry. So yeah, let's discuss that for the next couple of minutes.
Sure, sir. And yeah, this particular like stage is where like probably most significant. Like might not be academically or something as such, but as a like I was surrounded by people who actually molded me to an extent, who guided me.
I hope you remember the names now.
Yes,
okay.
I very well remember. I actually joined from its primary school, Anand sir. Anand, he's the headmaster. Yes, who joined me there.
Got it.
Now Anand sir joined me here, and now I like joined in a Jilla Parishad school, which is 4.5 kilometers away from my village.
Okay, so your Mandal Parishad school. So just to viewers, every village has a Mandal Parishad school, but a cluster of villages have a Jilla Parishad school. So Mani studied in this Mandal Parishad school, which was local to his village. Then he had to go 4.5 kilometers to his Jilla Parishad school, which actually hosts a cluster of villages.
Yes. Cluster of MPP schools. Now sir joined, like he personally came and joined.
He did your admission?
Yes, he did my admission, and he was like parent. There he joined me, and I still very well remember, like we were standing in front of staff room, and sir told he's very good student to our next headmaster, that is Balasundram sir. By then actually had injury in my hand, like I cut my finger when I used to go to bring firewood.
Okay.
And like I was cutting that.
So you didn't have a gas cylinder at home, right? No. You had to gather firewood from the forest.
And every like now and then we had to go to forest to get the firewood.
Got it.
And like I cut my finger, like so there were stitches. Balsundram sir was like, first day itself you are like this. I don't know what you are going to do by the end of 10th class. Like by the time you are in 10th.
This was what, 2008?
2006.
Six. Okay.
5, 6.
Yeah.
That time I joined in here 2010. I'm sorry, 2010.
10, yeah, 10 years, right? Yeah, roughly
2010. That's when this happened. And first year it was very easy. Like we used to get free bus pass, boys.
Okay.
All like
from your village to the school. Okay.
So there used to be a bus that used to run every day, and boys will get up to 6th class. First year they'll get free pass. So I went, and 6th class was fine. And I very well remember my teacher, like Meher Baba sir. I was the first person to get punished in my school, in my class.
What did you do?
I usually lunch break, the moment they ring the bell, we used to take the plate and then go have our lunch. So the moment I shifted to Jilla Parishad school, there I didn't know like how to behave. I did not know any of those things. I should have learned. But it's probably automatically the moment bell rang, sir was teaching under a tree. I very well remember in prayer hall, and he is solving some problem. I took the plate, I ran, stood in the line. So yes, sir called me. Then I said, I'm sorry, I will not do it. I don't know by then. Then he said, no, you like if you do a mistake, you need to get punished. So I got punished, and I never got punished later.
Okay. Awesome. So this was, you finish your sixth. So what happens to the bus pass in 7th standard?
Now 7th class onwards, boys has to get paid passes.
Okay. And how much was it?
It's around 70 rupees per month, I guess.
Per month?
Per month, if I'm not.
Oh, this was APSRTC bus.
APSRTC bus.
70 rupees. That was in 2011.
2009.
10, 11. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I don't remember the price
Hmm.
precisely, but like it's around the same
Hmm.
money.
Hmm.
So my mom was not ready to. She was not
What
earning.
was her earnings roughly at that time?
I think she was earning around 1,000
1,000.
maximum.
That's it.
That
Not
was like
2,000
both my mom and grandmother
together.
worked together. That
So they were
that
not
much.
making 2,000
No,
together.
and
Okay.
there was no house also. Like in Andhra, we shifted,
Hmm.
but we stayed in the starting in a rented
Hmm.
house. Later, we stayed in others place, some
Hmm.
others property where we built. We asked and
So the house where you stayed that we came and saw was the one
yes.
that you stayed since
Yes.
then. So
Later,
how
like we shifted 3 houses there itself in the
got
same
it?
village.
Okay. So could you just tell our viewers? I think just I really want them to know what was the square foot area of your house?
Uh, Probably square foot, some 20 to 20. It would be like
Like no, I think it's probably what 10 by 10.
like this room size. I
This
cannot say.
room would be around 150 square foot. I don't think your house was as big as this room.
This one, sir.
Probably
Like
3/4, right? I
this
think 150
holds
square,
everything.
100 to 150 square
Yes.
foot. Yeah. And you were four of you
Yeah,
in that.
for me, my grandmother,
Okay.
my brother, and my mom.
Okay.
All four of us.
Hmm.
In the starting, it was like
Hmm. Hmm.
we were staying in a rented house. Later, like it was realized we cannot manage
Got
a
it.
little rent only, but still
Hmm.
we could not manage.
Got it.
Then we shifted to another place. We
Hmm.
built a small house. There also we could not
Hmm.
stay there.
Got
Then
it.
actually we
Hmm.
stayed in one of our relatives' land.
Land.
My
That's where
cousins.
you built a small little
Yes,
place.
there we built.
Okay. So I've heard that there was a time frame in your school where you couldn't walk. Do
Yes,
you want to talk about that?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, for some reason, I had a little too many health issues at that time in the school time,
Hmm.
and like I had this legs cracks,
Hmm.
but they were actually not usual cracks.
Cracked is yeah. Okay.
They used to crack and like bleed very badly, like full leg used to
Skin.
feet,
Okay. Okay. This is
complete
under the knee
under the
or
feet,
under the feet.
under the feet.
Okay.
So like complete feet used to like bleed
Okay.
a lot,
Okay.
and the cracks would be very big,
Okay.
and they used to bleed at the same time. Like for some reason, something came here and like leg became
Hmm.
very big. It was very difficult to walk,
Hmm.
and that time I wanted to study. So that these are few things actually that
Hmm.
bonded my teachers with me, and they realized my like
Hmm.
seriousness about
Hmm.
studies. I used to go to school after seventh class. I walked next 4 years. Every day I used to walk to school
But with this foot,
with that itself.
did you have you had slippers?
Slippers. Sometimes I had, sometimes I did not.
So are you telling me you walked barefoot with those
There
cracks
were
for
days. There were days.
9 kilometers?
Yeah, there were months together. Like
Okay, months together. Okay.
so early morning we used to walk.
Hmm.
Me
Hmm.
like most of the time, me and some of my friends will join.
Hmm.
There used to be time where my friends used to take me on their cycle also.
Okay.
Up to ninth class it went, and ninth class I got my very first. 10th class I got my first cycle, because
Hmm.
10th class there will be special classes and all.
Hmm.
And while going in the morning we'll go. While
The
coming back,
cycle, sorry, was given by the government or you
no, no,
bought one?
no. My relative, one of my grandmother
Okay.
relative,
They gave their
sponsored me
okay
a cycle,
new cycle.
new one.
Oh, nice, nice. That
That
must
was
have been
first.
special.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
But this was a memorable time as well.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
it was hard time,
Hmm.
but a memorable one too. Like
Hmm.
it was challenging,
Hmm.
and I very well remember going to school.
Hmm.
While coming back, we'll purchase this corn,
Hmm.
each
Hmm.
single rupee.
Hmm.
So I used to save like single rupee whenever I get.
Hmm.
So some 20-30 rupees I'll purchase those corn.
Hmm.
In the evening we'll boil it.
Hmm.
While coming back, I'll get it from Mandipet Kotu.
Hmm.
I'll sell those corn in the village in the night time,
Oh,
and
okay.
come back and sit and
So
study.
how much profit did you make?
I used to make around like for 10 rupees, extra 5 rupees, something like that.
Oh,
Depends on
that's
the.
pretty entrepreneurial. Okay. Okay. So Mandipeta Koturu was where your Jilla Parishad
Yes,
school was in.
yes.
Okay. I also remember you telling me that some of your teachers would actually take you to school in their scooters
There were many days
many
like
times
actually.
when they knew that you
They
had
told
difficulty.
don't come to school,
Hmm.
like because I also had migraine.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
first, I like it used to be like time
Hmm.
sometimes
Hmm.
like 9 o'clock it
Hmm.
starts
Hmm.
up to 12:30. It will be
Okay.
there like complete. I will be watering
Hmm.
continuously, and it
Hmm.
would be like lot
Hmm.
of pain.
Hmm.
So uh, when I could not walk, and when they see actually,
Mhm.
they took me multiple times. I'm
Multiple
really
times.
grateful
Right.
for them.
This was what Nagendra sir and Balsundram sir.
Nagendra sir, Balsundram sir, Srinivasan sir,
Okay. Nagendra sir was your mathematics teacher.
mathematics teacher.
So Balsundram sir was your headmaster.
Yes.
We'll also talk about Balsundram sir in the later segments. Srinivasalu sir was your physics teacher.
Biology.
Biology.
Yes.
Okay.
Megnath sir and Manohar sir.
Okay.
I liked all maths and science
So what do
teachers.
you have to tell people who kind of dismiss government schools, say that nothing happens there? Is that true?
Not
Like,
really, sir.
hmm,
Like probably like based on the time
hmm,
when I studied. My teachers were good. They were like value based people, most of them. I like, to be honest, if teachers were not there, I would have been lost long back. They were there for me like for a very very long time, when I actually required somebody to, because my mom could not fulfill every single need of mine. And at that time, like, it's not like I needed comfort or something as such, but like when there were not even basic needs like clothes and also, my teachers were there, like they used to get me some clothes.
Clothes also?
Yes, clothes, books, bag. My social madam used to get me like notebooks. My English ma'am used to get me writing pads and all those stuff. I very well like every teacher of mine, like I still, we talk.
Yeah.
They ask me how is it going. I'm really grateful for that.
Nice. Anyway, we will talk about not so grateful teachers later. But yes, school definitely, right? Government schools, whoever says government schools don't do a good job, I think that's not true.
That's not true, sir. They just don't see
it.
Yes.
So media doesn't really cover these
things.
Okay.
There are amazing teachers.
Right. I think most of the good students have been helped by the teachers who studied in government schools, one or the other way, for sure. Okay. Awesome. So here you complete your 10th standard.
Yes, sir.
So
up to 10th class.
10th standard, right?
Yes.
So by then you develop a lot of interest in science. You are somebody who was doing a lot of experiments.
Yes.
Can you talk about a few experiments you did in your
Surely,
school?
sir. That's why I said it's exciting part
Yeah.
of my journey. Like from childhood, I had like liking to look at stars. Like I very well remember my uncle. Like, he was like
hefty. Okay.
Yeah. So I used to sleep on his tummy and like ask him to tell the stories.
Okay.
Then he used to just push me down and show stars.
Is it?
Yeah.
This is your maternal uncle.
Maternal uncle.
Mom's younger brother.
No, it's father side.
Okay. Paternal side. Okay.
Yes. So this happened in Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
Okay.
And my grandmother also used to tell like some poems and all those things.
Okay.
very
In Tamil or Telugu?
In Telugu.
Telugu. Okay.
At home we speak Telugu.
Spoke Telugu. Okay.
This continued.
What? Sorry, with your grandmother, that's very interesting. That is going away, right? So what kind of stories would she tell you?
Then I used to look at some shiny objects suddenly falling down or like moving slowly. I used to ask what are those, and both like my grandmother, my mother, all of them, like I used to irritate them a lot. What are those? What are those? Like always they say like they're stars. If they're falling, somebody is going to die. So immediately you should say some flower name and say just pray for good. Nothing should happen. But I was curious too, and my mother's mother also used to tell this story like where on Chandamama moon there is a banyan tree and there is another grandmother cooking vadas over there. I don't know, probably she would have imagined herself. She had a vada shop. So but like or like to just get rid of me at that point of time, to somehow convince me, she used to tell those stories. They were wonderful. And like after 10th class, when I got my first telescope,
we'll talk about that. Hold it on first.
This school, I was called mental, like because I was like little too crazy.
By students or teachers?
By students.
Students, okay.
Mostly by students. Sometimes teachers also, but they do know me, like they'll call me scientist also. Both it used to happen.
Okay, but most scientists are mad.
Yeah. So I was little crazy. So we built Nagendra Babu sir, particularly like maths events. So many events happened. He still have the exhibit that I made in 2000 and.
Oh, they kept your exhibit in school.
2009. It is there with him personally.
Oh, 14 years later.
Yeah,
okay.
Still it is there. So like 2019. Sorry, not 9. Yeah, this exhibition used to happen. Like I built in one place. I removed all the trees and I wanted to replicate how a desert will look like. So we almost brought like one full place filled with sand. Like we brought sand. Somehow I could manage by then. I don't know how I did, but I took all my friends, put all the sand and like replicated a desert, and we built this vermicompost.
Okay.
School, it was so good, and I do remember me removing eye and liver out of a fish, which was very violent, but I put it in formaldehyde.
I hope a dead fish.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is there still in the school, formaldehyde, and we used to take the scorpion and all. They are there still in the school.
I think Mandipeta Kotur being very close to forest, you didn't have any scarcity of insects and snakes.
No.
Reptiles and insects.
Yeah, we used to catch them and put it in formaldehyde.
Okay.
And teachers had the trust on us. particular on me for some reason.
Mm.
They believed so. Science lab keys would be with me only most of the time.
Oh, okay.
So whenever I want, I can go just take some experiment and do something.
Do it.
And like my house was filled with so much of like whatever electronic device I find on the road, just I'll put it in that house.
Your own little lab.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all those things I used to do. Most of them never used to work, but it was kind of fun. But when my grandmother used to come and I want to throw all these things out, she used to say no. It was there until my PU was done. It was there. When I came to college, someday they removed. I don't know when was it.
Of course, man. I think in that house, if you're keeping so much,
both books and
okay,
this was removed.
Did you get any prizes for your science competitions?
Multiple times.
Multiple times. Okay.
I participated in Inspire Awards. That time, Meghnad sir and Manohar sir, those two helped.
What is Inspire Awards? Many might not know.
Inspire Awards is basically like government will fund a good amount of money to students who want to probably come up with some new innovation.
Okay, they'll fund your innovation.
Yes.
Okay.
Very small amount, but if it is good enough.
How much?
It is 10,000 rupees.
That's not small in 2014.
Yes.
Yeah.
But 2-3 projects together will get 10,000
for a school.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So within that,
still a big amount.
Yes.
Okay.
Within that 10,000, we have to build a project, showcase it, and if we are selected, we'll go to state level. I went up to state level, and from there on, like if it is selected, then again we'll get a big funding for the same project.
Then you go to the national level.
National levels.
What did you build?
I built production of electricity through daily using water. I wanted to connect turbines to water pipes, and it actually worked very well.
You lit a bulb?
Yeah. Okay. And it was in newspaper as well. I still have the newspaper.
See, long before Shah Rukh Khan lit the village in Swadesh, our money had lit it in Kalupalli. So
it was just a toy.
Okay, nice. Okay.